Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is doing amazing. I, for one, am having a very nice Sunday. I'm sitting outside. There are barely any clouds in the sky. It is hot as hell outside. Like literally the flames of hell is as hot as it is. But I'm sitting in our Florida room. We have two fans up above, and I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background blowing this direction, but I do have one of those old school floor fans sitting over there. No shame. But I decided that today is going to be the day when I transplant these two tomato plants right here. I still don't know what I'm going to plant these pepper plants in because I thought that I was going to do it in the Vego Garden thing that I have right here. But then I was like, let me Google how big these lunchbox pepper plants actually get, and they get very wide. So now I don't know what to do. Should I get like a raised garden bed and maybe like put it in here by like one of the windows? I would still, ooh, that is a really, really big hawk flying above. Oh, that's an osprey. I mean, it does get pretty bright in this room during the day, but I think I would still want to use grow lights. I think that is why I've had such success with growing these. But before I get into what I want to actually talk about in this video, I am going to light some incense because I need some cleansing going on around me as I'm talking about this. This is the white sage from Sagrada Madre. I don't know if you can buy this anywhere other than on TikTok or their own website. This is really good. This is resin incense. It's supposed to last for how long? An hour, I believe, is supposed to be the burn time on this. This is what the incense like actually looks like. I am obsessed with the white sage from this. I put it in this. I need to get another incense holder. This one, you can see it has resin all up and down it because, like, have you ever seen an incense like so thick? Let me see if I can light it without the fan putting this out. Lord, cleanse everything away on this Sunday. Amen. I also really like the frankincense as well as the copal, I believe it's called. So if you're looking for incense, I definitely recommend. So as I sit here to transplant these tomato plants, I did want to like go a little bit further into my video from yesterday where I was talking about Uber support doxing us. Not going to talk about Uber so much because there were some people underneath the video, like when I said our stalker, they were like, why are you bringing attention to this? Because if your stalker were so serious, is paraphrasing, if your stalker were so serious, you wouldn't be drawing attention to this address that you were saying is not yours. I understand completely what you were saying. She has people do the dirty work for her all the time. Like, why do you think that there were TikTok witches that were enlisted to literally teach her how to shit in a jar? Okay. And if you're wondering what kind of soil I use, this is the Fox Farm, what is it called? Ocean Forest potting soil. I've had really good luck with this. I think it's working out really good in these self-watering pots as well. I did ask Grok like what the best soil is that I should plant my tomato plants in, and this is what it came up with because I wanted something organic. I didn't want like all those chemicals in it, and to my knowledge, it does not have anything bad in it. I'm not trying to get that Miracle Grow crap. But getting back to the stalker, you guys know if you've been here for a while, we let it go for a good long while on social media. We were not saying anything about this person. We were like, if we leave her alone, she's gonna leave us alone. That was proven to be false. Okay? That did not happen because that is when we started to learn about these fucking witches that were enlisted, the shitting in the jar and all of that. The only reason that this person has even come up recently before this whole doxing thing happened with Uber support is because there was a live stream over on TikTok by this lady that goes by Mama Lou, and she says that she has like an awareness page. She has been talking about this drama for like a good long while because it's not just Dustin, myself, our friend Vanessa that are involved in this. You have to think there's also Rosalie Delgado and there's many other people that this crazy stalker has literally been trying to fuck with their lives ever since 2023. So a few weeks ago, it was brought to our attention that there was this live stream happening over on TikTok. And we were like, oh God, here we go again. And so we went over and we looked at it, and sure as shit, it was once again someone talking about the witchcraft that had been done. And I'm sorry, if you're so crazy that you're gonna try to do black magic on someone to try to harm them, you're a fucking psycho. And anyone online that thinks it's crazy for us to continue to keep talking about that, I honestly, like, girl, I can't help that this is my fucking life and I have psychos that are literally out here defecating into mason jars. It's just, it's so fucking crazy to me. If you would have asked me like years ago, like, where would you see yourself in 2025? I don't think that I would be saying, I might be sitting outside in a Florida room discussing on YouTube this crazy fucking psycho that literally shits in jars. You know, like I feel like for some people, it doesn't really like click in their head that that is a really crazy thing to say. But it's even crazier for someone to fucking do it. I mean, we have every reason and every right to continue to talk about this on social media as long as we want. We have wanted nothing more than to just be left alone. That is why we have had our address literally hidden the entire time that we have been in Florida because, let's not forget, we know this person. We have known this person for many years. We know the links that this person will go to try to get back at someone. There were so many things that she would do to try to fuck with Jaclyn Hill. You guys already know about the snark Reddit. How do you think I found out about the snark Reddit? But then to be giving out Jaclyn Hill's personal information to maybe a legal team or maybe somebody that wanted to get in contact with Jaclyn to write a story on her dirty ass lipstick. Here's another example of how grimy this stalker is. When Dustin and I moved to Texas, I think it was in like, it was either a few days or maybe like a week from us getting there. Rosalie Delgado was having a meet and greet with a few other influencers somewhere in Dallas, and we decided that we were gonna go to it. Now, personally, to be completely honest, I don't like going to things like that, so I didn't really want to go to begin with. I mean, why would I? They are no longer friends with her, to my knowledge, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly why. So for months, all of us were friends with these lesbians. They always came over to the house. They were always hanging out. We were always getting food, all of that kind of stuff. So when the house fire happened and we were having to try to salvage stuff and just like be there when they were like cleaning stuff out, putting stuff in boxes, which by the way, whenever you go through a house fire, you really need to check those companies that they will say, we're going to go in, we're going to salvage everything for you, we're going to put it in boxes and store it. Girl, some of those boxes only had like 2 paper plates in them and they were charging like $15. I don't know how much they were charging for the box, but it was crazy the amount of stuff that was in the box compared to the price that they were trying to charge. So the 2 lesbians helped us do all of that, helped us get everything to the warehouse, make sure everything was off the truck. And I mean, this was like a lot of shit that was being moved, a lot of heavy stuff as well. So this was not just some light work that was happening. Now the stalker will have you think that she was doing it all herself, throwing things over her shoulder. These ladies were literally at the house every single day. Every single Airbnb we were at, they were there every single night. We were always hanging out. We were cooking food, all of that kind of stuff. So a few months out from the house fire, I believe this happened in maybe November or December of 2022 because they had a falling out with the stalker a few weeks, I want to say, maybe like, girl, maybe even fucking days, to be completely honest with you guys. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but there was a falling out with the stalker that these 2 ladies had. It involved Rosalie Delgado, and of course, we were drawn into it because we were there as well, so it was just like a bunch of back and forth. We honestly, that should have been the moment when we were like, you know what, we need to part ways. We're done with this entire situation because that got really bad. I don't think I've ever gone into detail about that argument, but I will tell you this about it. That stalker, when everything was going down in 2023, tried to paint me as an abuser, saying that I was abusing Dustin and all that kind of fucking shit. She is the one that when she does not agree with you or she thinks that she's in the right about something and she's arguing with you, she will get right in your fucking face. She slammed her phone down right in my fucking face and was like pointing at me because I was not agreeing with what she was saying. Okay, keep that in fucking mind. So the stalker had a falling out with the 2 lesbians to the point where she went on one of their Facebook live streams because they say that she does not wash her pussy. And she got so freaking bothered that there were people on there that she had no idea who they were. These are not people that are the customers of her company. She got so fucking bothered that people thought that she did not wash her pussy. A grown-ass fucking woman in her 50s was on a live stream screaming, I do wash my pussy! Like... I wonder if that live stream is still up because if I could get that clip, you guys, it's crazy. So after the lesbians had a falling out with her, one of them worked for a very prestigious shipping company that wears brown. I'm not going to say the name of the company here. I honestly don't know why I honestly should, but you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. She worked for them. Would you believe that this stalker decided that she was going to try to call up the business and say, hey, you need to fire this person for this, and this reason, and try to get them fired from their job? This is a pattern with this person. If you know anything about her and the lawsuit that she had with Stephen Mango, one of the things that she said is that she wants to make it so he can't show his face on social media and he cannot make a living. Exactly what she tried to do with us and many, many other people. And the lesbians will tell you that she tried to get the one fired from her job. That's just insane to me, right? Also, calling the police on them, just so many different things that she's done. So I found these on Amazon. These are from Burpee. It's just a seed starter tray, as you can tell. But the reason that I wanted these is because it makes it so easy to just pop it out. See? You just push it right on up, because I was so worried that I was gonna get like one of those hard plastic ones, and when I tried to do it, it would just like mess up like all of the dirt and it wouldn't be compacted. So I've already done 2 out of this and have had no issue. I highly recommend getting something like this. So I am planting it a little bit deeper in there because I'm going to put the dirt up around where I just pinched those little leaves off. But another example that I could give you as to why our address has been hidden the whole time that we have been back in Florida is because when we got back to Florida, originally in 2023, when all that was going on, had to literally flee Texas for our safety. Some of you think I'm insane and being dramatic when I say that. If you only knew the things that we were told after we got out of Texas by people very, very close to the situation, you probably would not feel that same way, to be completely honest. But upon us getting back to Florida, we had to stay with our friend Vanessa because we didn't have anywhere else to go at the time. It was so fucking short notice. Like, oh my God, our life is once again being uprooted. So let's get back to Florida. And the plan was for us to be at Vanessa's for a little bit while we literally were working to make money so that we could afford to get our own place, because we weren't expecting to be sprung with the expense of having to move what we could out of Texas and then go across the country, literally from Texas to Florida. But one of the things that happened very close to the time that we got back to Florida, you guys know that she was with a very psycho man. Did not want to believe that he was psycho, but was literally witnessing him just be a complete ass on the internet, which is like so crazy. But our LLC, when we left Florida to go to Texas, we were like, we need to register this business to a Florida address. It's a Florida LLC, or we're just going to end up moving it to Texas completely. And we never got around to that. So at the time, if we got any correspondence, it wouldn't still be going to the address that obviously nobody was at anymore. We registered it to our friend Vanessa's old address now, because let me tell you what happened. The only person that knew that we did that, and it was actually her idea for us to do that, I still remember us sitting in the kitchen at the house that burned down, and she's like, why don't you just put it at Vanessa? All of a sudden, over on Twitter, this psycho boyfriend that this stalker had literally tweeted out a picture of our business, our LLC, that showed our full address that we were at, doxing us. Okay? So it's not just like, oh, they think that maybe something could happen in the future. No, it has happened. It literally has happened. Vanessa had to send her a message. It was up for a little bit too. Vanessa literally had to send her a message and demand that that shit be taken down. Like, you're going too far, bitch. Like, why do you know, like, no bounds? There have been so many people's addresses that she has looked up. There was this lady on Facebook. I'm not going to say what her name is. I don't know if she did like makeup content or she like sold some kind of like just cheap stuff over there that was like her thing. But that lady, for some reason, one day the stalker decided that she was going to show us like an aerial view of her house and say that she lived behind like a dry cleaning business and that there was a dumpster out back and how shitty her life must fucking be. She's a stalker. She's a stalker, cyber stalker, whatever the hell you want to call her. I told you at the beginning of this video, she does not do her own dirty work, but she has people do it for her. So I know that some people have some concern about me coming online and bringing attention to this matter. There's no other option. We stayed quiet for a good long while. We were minding our own business. We were doing our own thing. You guys were even in the comment section, like, we can tell how much happier you are now that you are finally done with this situation. We thought we were done with the situation other than needing to hide our address. But Uber support took that away from us. So the fact that it was up there for almost 48 hours, there is no, don't bring attention to this. 48 hours was long enough. 10 minutes was long enough. 2 minutes would have been long enough. But getting back to the doxing of Vanessa's old address that happened in 2023, that is when the text message came from of moving phase 1. And then it was, that bitch wants to bring drug addicts and strange men around her son underneath that. So it's very clear to me, and I honestly don't understand how it couldn't be clear to anyone else out there, that she's done this before. She gets off literally on trying to ruin other people's lives. Don't even get me started on all the people that she's been like contacting the IRS about. That's like one of her favorite fucking hobbies. Oh, if you have a business and you're selling something online, even if she does not know for sure that you're paying your sales tax, girl, they've already been contacted, okay? So I've decided that since this person behind the scenes just will not stop if we leave her alone or we don't leave her alone, every single time something gets brought to my attention or every single time something happens, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to document it. There are people that are like, well, you need to go to the police, you need to file a police report. I understand that 100%, and that is something that is being done, trust and believe. But at the end of the day, that is literally just a piece of paper to create a paper trail. So I'm not just gonna sit around and be like, oh, gee willikers, something might happen, something might take place. No, I'm gonna give you guys a heads up, I'm gonna let you know what is going on, and I'm gonna fucking talk about it for my protection. And so if anything happens, there is documented proof of me sitting down and talking about how psycho this fucking person is and how they will not leave us alone. I mean, how many more times can I bring up the shit in the jar? You know? So this is what we are currently looking like. I actually want to put a little bit more dirt. And there's also some people that are like, oh my God, you're talking about this again. You're bringing this up again. I want to make this very clear here. I have said this in another video, but I want to be like so clear for everyone out there. We were removed from a lawsuit with the Housefire that we had already signed a contract for, not the same lawsuit that the stalker was having with the landlord and all of that kind of stuff. We had our very own one. We were removed from that lawsuit because there was a conflict of interest. We were entitled to a good amount of fucking money because we lost a good amount of fucking money during that house fire. The cats died in that house fire. Now, we were told that there literally could be nothing that could be done about that. The court is not going to give a fuck that somebody lost their pets in a house fire, even though there was negligence somewhere going on, which I still find very fishy now that I think about it. It's like, I'm still a little perplexed by it, I'm going to be completely honest, because to me, in my own opinion, that's kind of giving that a lawyer just believed another client over another client. I'm not exactly sure what that would be called. There's like a word for it, but it's just a bit strange to me. And so my point is, yeah, I will bring this up whenever the hell I want to bring this up. I will bring attention to anything in this situation that I want to bring attention to. This is our life now. We are constantly going to have to worry about this freaking psycho. And the fact that Uber support just thought it was okay to try to put someone's personal address out there. So this is it with a little trellis. I feel like this has taken me a very long time to put into this pot as I've been sitting here talking. And if you are wondering what I water my plants with, I get distilled water. I just figured it's better than like tap or hose water these days, because it is not like it used to be, y'all, where you could go out in the yard, you could drink from the hose. I would not be drinking from no hose in this day and age, certainly not. I'm gonna have to go grab the other bottle of distilled water before I actually replant this other one. But look at this little watering can that I got off of Amazon for like crazy cheap. I take this and I just wet like around the top, just so there's not too much shock going on, because I don't know exactly how long it takes for the water from the bottom of this to actually like wet all the soil. So honestly, there's so many other examples that I could give you as to why we do not want this person knowing where we live, possibly knowing where we live, or anything of that nature. I don't remember if I showed you guys these. I got these at TJ Maxx, but it's a set of 2. They did not come together like that. You had to pay a separate price. This one's $9.99 and this one was $12.99. I need to drill a few holes in the bottom of these, but I don't know what I want to put in these. I was like, maybe I'll get them for like succulents and do something like that, because you guys know I have that aloe plant that I want to put in like the middle. I was thinking maybe for this. I don't know. Do succulents get like really deep roots? Probably not. I don't know. So I guess that is it for this update, everyone. I hope that you did enjoy it. The final thought on this is I'm going to continue bringing this up in any way that I see fit, because we have tried to leave this person alone privately. She got a little bit smarter. She was literally talking to people that were then coming to us and sending us like the messages that she was saying. That's how we have the screenshot of talking about the moving karma phase 1, all of that. You need to find a new hobby. I know that you're lonely in that big old house. This is your favorite pastime to try to fuck with other people's lives, because at the end of the day, you truly are not happy with yourself. And you know why? Because nobody loves you. Like, I'm being so for real with you right now. It's actually sad. Nobody loves you. You say that you do not talk to your family anymore because they are all sociopaths. Baby, you need to look in the mirror, because just look in the mirror. You called them narcissistic too. I think that might be a little projecting. You just need to really look into that. Not diagnosing anyone. I just think that you should look into it. You should not look into it though with those that you had the appointment with that told you that you were morbidly obese and they didn't want to give you Ozempic. They even gave Jaclyn Hill Ozempic, girl. I mean, you were really pissed about that. I think that you told the one to basically go fuck himself. That's so crazy. Okay, anyways, love you guys. Bye.